Hello, everybody. Welcome to As Yours WeWednesday, and today, as announced, we have somebody who works, who's actually a founder of SOCH NGO, and they've been working to support trans, queer, and LGBT community, and they've also worked in other spaces like with old age homes. So let me see if Shivangi is online. Just a minute. Technical issues. Okay, the invite's gone. Oh, I see that they're online. Hello.
Hello, just a second. Yeah,
Yeah,
am
yeah, I
I?
can see you now. Yes, yes, I can see you now.
Perfect. Hi,
Hi, how are you? How's your day?
I'm doing great. My day was happy and hectic, but I loved it.
Good. Happy and hectic is very good. So now,
Yeah.
yeah,
How's
we
your
have
day?
good. It's been just work and some phone calls, so it's been a relatively calm day. Not too
Nice.
happy, not too good only. Good, yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
I've just given a quick intro as to that you're like the founder and CEO of the organization, social organization connecting humans. That's SOCH. So predominantly you worked in the LGBTQIA plus spaces as well. You also work with old age homes and children NGOs, right?
Right.
So this is again what I've gathered from what the website said and everything. But what has been your motivation, or if you want to add anything to the introduction, also feel free to go ahead with that.
Okay, I missed you. Yeah. So I personally have always been philanthropic kid and always wanted to do something for people out there. Have helped many people going beyond my own limits. But one thing that has inspired me actually to open an organization itself was this movie of Rajesh Khanna, Avatar. It may sound very filmy, but I remember in my childhood days, I was watching this movie where he has been thrown out of his own home by his kids, and then he
Hmm.
started all over his life again with his wife. And then once he was a quite good rich man, he started this old age home also. And that was the
Hmm.
point when I felt like, okay, maybe when I'll grow up, I'll be an adult, I'll open one old age home with childcare. So it was something which the idea of actually creating an organization came out from there. But yes, over
Right.
the period of time, जैसे जैसे हम बड़े होते हैं, grow करते हैं, we have our
Hmm.
own ideas, you know,
Right.
and then it comes out something else. But yes, it was one such wonderful movie.
Right. That's really nice. And somebody in the comments is also saying it's also their comfort movie. I now
Yeah.
have to check that out. So, as a part of your NGO, you also do a lot of workshops with colleges, schools, and corporates, right? So, I'm assuming like I've worked in LGBTQ spaces for about like I volunteered for like about 7 8 years, predominantly in the south, and I've noticed a lot of these things do happen only during the Pride month, because like Pride month, everybody has to like put out the rainbow and stuff. But why do you think, in general, these workshops are important, and why do you also think they should be done all around the year, not just in Pride month?
See, I feel Pride Month comes as a festival for people out there. कि जब जून है प्राइड मंथ है then we should do these workshops and rest of the year we should not do. So I feel these these workshops, these kind of trainings, sessions, events are very important because it helps people out there to understand a lot about community, because we have been fed with misconceptions, myths from
Hmm.
years and years, and I feel that we people need to understand ki what is the fact, right? So the bare minimum that what we can do is to educate ourselves to create a nicer place for people out there, to create a more diverse and inclusive environment, to have a world where we are all kind towards each other. So it
Yeah.
is very important. Also, it should be there for like all around the year. Reason being because it is not something कि आपने एक दिन एक मूवी देखी और आप सीख गए.
Yeah.
इट इज समथिंग जो हमने बचपन से अब तक बहुत एक गलत पोर्ट्रेयल था ऑफ कम्युनिटी का. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द ट्रांसजेंडर कम्युनिटी, लेट्स से, वहां पे तो बहुत ही गलत पोर्ट्रेयल था कि अगर आप किसी से
Hmm.
पूछोगे, लाइक वी एट सोच हैव डन दिस सर्वे वेयर मोर देन 100 पीपल फिल्ड द फॉर्म एंड वी आस्क्ड वन
Hmm.
क्वेश्चन कि वेयर हैव यू सीन अ ट्रांसजेंडर पर्सन इन योर लाइफ. तो
Hmm.
ट्रस्ट मी, मोर देन पीपल आंसर्ड इट सेइंग कि हमने उन्हें ट्रेन में देखा है ड्यूरिंग बेगिंग और
Hmm.
ऑन रोड साइड्स, या फिर हमने मूवीज में देखा है, या
Hmm.
चाइल्ड बर्थ पे मैरिजेस में देखा है. सो द फैक्ट इज दैट
हाँ.
वी पीपल हैव बीन शोन कि यही एक लाइफ है दैट पीपल डू
उनकी. हाँ.
from the community. But the
Hmm.
fact is that if you give them the right opportunities and everything, they're gonna come out and slay the world more than you do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Absolutely.
इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मतलब हर महीने नहीं तो वंस इन अ क्वार्टर, एवरी कंपनी, एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एवरी स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, एनीथिंग, एनीवेयर, you should have these kind of conversations around. Even I feel that even on our dinner tables we should have conversation around
Oh
these
yeah.
things, because we need to have a lot of sensitization. We need to make our kids feel comfortable, so that when they
Yeah.
feel like okay, there is something off, or there is something I want to talk about my parents, or
Hmm.
even somebody's parents wants to come out now, they can feel
Yeah.
comfortable to talk about it. So it is very
Yeah.
important, very, very important.
Yeah, I mean, ideal would be dinner table conversations, but abhi to, like you said, every quarter companies or schools may kar lenge. I think schools may, if they start addressing these, they will again trickle down to dinner table conversations, and it depends on how open or how accepting the parents are. Because I've heard I've heard people say कि ओ हम एनजीओ की तरफ से स्कूल में ये कर वर्कशॉप करने जाते हैं, एंड देन द पेरेंट्स कमेंट से ये सब क्यों सिखा रहे हो हमारे बच्चों को. So I'm sure you probably have come across also, but I'm also interested in because you also work with children's NGOs and old age homes as well. Was there any intersection of like somebody in the children's NGO being queer, or you being able to help that person there, or somebody in the old age home coming out as queer, or some intersection of that?
Yeah, so I'll be very honest with this answer. When we started Soch, we started with this one purpose of helping out people, and so
Hmm.
during that journey, we have worked with children, we have worked with women, with old age people, and have done a lot of
Hmm.
drives. But
Hmm.
honestly, we as an organization and even I as an individual was not sensitized enough. We had no
Okay.
idea about LGBTQ, what the
Hmm.
definition holds even. But
Right.
like 1.5 year or 2 years back, when we started working on this particular issue, we understood कि okay, what it is all about. हमने सारी
Hmm.
चीजों को पढ़ा, सब समझा, and
Hmm.
now when we go to these children places or visit some old age homes or talk to any women, we feel more sensitized. We feel more
Hmm.
comfortable because now
Hmm.
when I see any kid, like male kid, putting this
Hmm.
nail paint, I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, it's your choice, let them live. बट
Right.
प्रोबेबली अब से 2 साल 2.5 साल पहले वाली शिवांगी होती तो वो जज कर रही होती कि यार
Hmm.
what are you
Hmm.
putting it, right? So we feel that now when we do it, we are very comfortable, and when we talk to those women, those parents even, then we
Yeah.
feel ki it's okay to let your live kid like what they want,
Hmm.
to not to impose your अपनी आशा, अपनी wishes on your kid.
Yeah.
So over the course of time it becomes very important.
Yeah. So that's the same point that I was saying early on. Have you faced any kind of resistance, whether it's corporate or college or schools? Have you had like teachers or staff come up and say ये क्यों कर रहे हो and stuff like that? इसकी जरूरत क्या है? I okay. Uh, Shivangi's internet. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Oh, I see that my colleague has joined. Welcome everybody who's joining in, and if you have any questions, okay, I'm gonna send another invite. But yeah, people, if you have any questions for Shivangi, please feel free to ask. She's the founder of an NGO called SOCH that works around queer issues. Hi, Shivangi.
Hi, just a second.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Is it my
हाँ,
network?
I think so. आपका ही है शायद. वो freeze हो गया था and then drop हो गया था and then I had to invite again.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I was asking कि कुछ have you felt any resistance or people coming up to you and saying ये session करने की क्या जरूरत है, whether it's schools or corporates?
So, in past 2 months, we have reached out to more than 100 corporates. And
Hmm.
this is a genuine number, trust me. And like the fact is कि 5 out of 50 or 60 companies who reverted back to us are comfortable to even talk about it. कि चलो ठीक है, बात तो कर ही लेते हैं कि क्या वर्कशॉप है, देख लेंगे.
Hmm.
एंड 1 out of those 50 are comfortable to do these on their own companies.
Right.
And definitely
Right.
I have been asked many a times this question कि यार क्या जरूरत है, मतलब क्यों ही करना
Hmm.
है, why should I
Hmm.
like spend 3 hours or 2 hours on this workshop
Hmm.
and include like all of my team members on it. And then we feel like okay, even if you in your company is not doing anything for diversity and inclusion, even then you should have these kind of workshops, if not for you, for your clients, please. Because somebody
Hmm.
who is working with you as a client maybe uh, uh, comes from the community, and if they
Hmm.
talk about, okay, hi, my name is this, and my pronouns are this, and that time you are blank, then you will
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable. You will ask
Yeah.
them, "Okay, and okay, what is this?" So this is the
क्या
fact.
बता रहे हो? Yeah.
Huh. And the fact is that people don't understand the importance of using somebody's
Hmm.
pronouns. So, for example, somebody whose name is Jaspreet. So, it's a very normal name, like
Right.
gender specific nahi hai. And
Correct.
somebody who's writing to Jaspreet, and Jaspreet is saying, okay, use he, she for me. And
Hmm.
then people are not using it. So, it becomes
Hmm.
uncomfortable for Jaspreet to,
Right.
talk to that person. So, which is why it becomes to do it. So, if not for
Yep.
others, for their own selves. And
Hmm.
apart from this, we have been asked many a times ki, why are we doing these workshops for our colleagues, for our teams? And acha, theek hai, the HR team will only be attending this session if they'll do. Otherwise, kya zarurat hai? And then we feel like again you need to bring inclusion also along with diversity.
Right.
So I gave a very simple example कि ठीक है छोड़ दो आप कम्युनिटी को तो
Hmm.
छोड़ ही दो, बट इफ वी टॉक अबाउट इंक्लूजन, अगर आपकी टीम में देयर इज समबडी साउथ इंडियन एंड दिल्ली
Hmm.
एनसीआर की अगर कोई कंपनी है
Hmm.
एंड यू पीपल आर वर्किंग विद दैट पर्सन, बट ड्यूरिंग लंच आवर्स आप अपना 4-5 लोग चले गए एंड यू लेफ्ट आउट दैट पर्सन, right? Then you have no idea what you're doing to that person. You're
Hmm.
breaking somebody's day. You're breaking
Yeah.
somebody's heart. Okay, what has happened with me? So this is the point when you need to bring those inclusion in your companies, that if somebody from some different part of
Hmm.
the country is even joining you, you have to make them inclusive. You have to be
Hmm.
kind. You have to at least ask them for the lunch, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
people, I don't think they don't understand the importance of it right now, but few years down the line they will understand that why the hell it was very important. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how has it been with colleges?
With colleges, it depends. Like, not all the colleges are comfortable talking about sex,
Hmm.
about sexualities, but yes, they are comfortable talking about gender. So
Okay.
the fact is, like, what we at Soch does is we do these workshops in schools and colleges on bullying,
Hmm.
and then we
Right.
cover a part of gender on it, because
Right.
we don't want कि हमें 100% के चक्कर में कुछ भी ना मिले. We
Yeah, yeah.
want कि अगर हम वहाँ पे जा रहे हैं, even if we are talking about bullying, at least we introduce the topic of gender to the students out there.
Correct.
कि okay,
Correct.
even if somebody is there, if there is some girl who likes to keep a short hair and does not
Hmm.
like to, be in your nail polish and all the makeup and
Hmm.
everything wala mood, it's okay, don't bully her.
Hmm. Yeah.
So we want to teach them with certain different examples. So
Right.
this is what we are doing with schools and colleges. But if I talk about the acceptance, honestly, the acceptance is not so much. They are not going.
Hmm.
They're not actually standing on their doors and open-heartedly कि चलो आओ हमारे यहाँ workshop कराओ. No, they're not doing that. It is hell lot of effort, hell lot of effort to do or
Hmm.
to convince school authorities specifically and college authorities.
Right.
But over the period of time, they're also understanding it. So
Right.
थोड़ा थोड़ा करके they are bringing in.
But slightly just an add-on question to that, is there a state or central mandate कि diversity inclusion का workshop करना है और bullying के around workshop करना है, especially in schools, because bullying becomes very important, especially uh, when it's a gender minority person's sexuality. फिर भी it's not that prominent during that age, but during school age any kind of gender dysphoria is like bullied, and people feel it, and then that comes out being a gender minority. It's pretty horrible, and there have been pretty bad issues that I've heard from down south where I worked in this space. But is there any state or central government mandate ki karna chahiye, and do you think if there is something like that it will be helpful?
See, I don't think there is any mandate. Honestly, we need to check on it. I don't think there is
Okay.
any mandate on it, but like there is something for jobs that companies
Hmm.
needs to bring jobs to the people from the community, or they need to,
Right.
even when the law passes, it was ki the people in the government sector itself should have
Right.
like differentiated washrooms for transgender people,
Right. Right.
but it
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
not been implemented yet. So the
Yeah.
fact is that anything that is on the paper is not on the reality. So we at SOCH
True.
have worked on this project, which is bringing in gender neutral washrooms in these spaces,
Hmm.
public spaces. And
Hmm.
during that research, we got to realize that even like so many years have been passed with this law, still we don't have gender neutral washrooms. So
Hmm.
in my personal experience from living here in Ghaziabad to Andaman, I have been to many places and have been actually taking like deep notice of the washrooms specifically. Everywhere I go, I have this habit of checking on the washroom, and many a times, like 99% times, I have found it's only men or women. There
Yeah.
is no
Yeah.
gender neutral washroom. So
Yeah.
a lot of things needs to be done on reality rather than on papers only.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Delhi में फिर भी I hear campaigns that are around getting gender neutral bathrooms. But now that you're saying, I'm thinking कि uh, airports में नहीं है. Airport is like such a big thing because I identify as a cisgender person, but because of my presentation, sometimes it's quite annoying to go into a women's restroom and everybody will turn and look. If there was a gender neutral bathroom, I would have preferred. I would have been much more comfortable walking into it because I would assume nobody will judge my gender or like judge my appearance or gender expression. So now that I think of it, airport में ही नहीं है. मतलब that is one of the places that government should really do something, right? Because like it's under their control. Forget about railways. I mean, railways also they have to do public restrooms का scene ही अलग है. So I don't know how much we can question that. So I'll move on to my next question. Uh, so you identify as a cisgender heterosexual person, and you've been doing this work for a while. How has your experience been? Like I'm like you said at the starting, like you've learned a lot, you've read a lot, and you have questioned a lot of things where you said 2 years back I would have judged the person, but now I'm like, okay, it's their life sort of thing. But what were the like? Did you face any discrimination from the queer community or people in those spaces?
Um, Yes, like my answer would be to this was
Okay.
yes. Not by everybody I met, but
Hmm.
yes, if I met 10 people, maybe six were supportive, but there were four
Hmm.
people who have had some wrong images for these cishet people. So I
Hmm.
have been questioned many a times by individuals or the founders of prestigious organizations. I won't name any,
Hmm.
but honestly, I have been questioned many a times. Okay, why are you doing this? Like, you are not from the community. Why do you want to come into it and
Hmm.
solve our issues? Or you must be doing it for money, huh? You'll come in, take it, like, consider our issues and then make money out of it. And my answer to all those questions is, the only reason I'm doing is because I feel that it needs to be addressed. Second
Hmm.
is, if
Hmm.
we talk about money, okay, I left my job, literally my corporate job, for this. And from
Hmm.
past, like, April 2021, I got my last salary. Trust me,
Hmm.
even till today, I haven't earned anything from Soch. Anything, not even
Hmm.
a single penny. So if I would have done it for money, I would have done like my corporate job and would be getting thousands of money out of it. But
Right.
this is not the reason. So maybe I feel that हमेशा सबको एक तराजू में नहीं तोलना चाहिए. So it
Yeah. Yeah.
feels bad during those times when I have been asked or kind of taunted or put these kind of blames on me. And many a times when I have been in conversation with people who are from the community or working for the community, and had many questions because space
Hmm.
for me as an
Hmm.
individual and we as an
Right.
organization also to work upon. And we have been asked कि आप अपना समय waste कर रहे हो. You don't need to do all of this. You should just go live
Hmm.
your life. And why are getting into it? Because I feel that organizations sometimes feel कि maybe if I'll just tell her, she'll do something else. So there is these
Hmm.
kind of things that I've been like faced. But yes, I have uh, been there and accepted a lot of love, honestly. So like
Hmm.
Tara, who
Hmm.
has also joined us and been the bridge who make us meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tara has been very lovely person to me, and there were many people like Tara also who are from the community and have actually accepted me open heartedly and have helped many a times. So there
Hmm.
are both kind of people. The fact is this.
Yeah, I think there should be a longer conversation around allyship and what allies face also, right? Because I understand this kind of I probably would have done a similar judgment probably 6 7 years back where I was like newly in the queer spaces and I'm like, why is this head person there? Now I'm like, huh, the more people there are, it is good. We can all work together is what I think now. But like 7 8 years, like 6 7 years back, I would have also like, इनको क्या चाहिए ये क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे it's that curiosity and judgment कि ये यहाँ क्यों है sort of a thing. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, somebody's complimenting Ektara. Ektara is the loveliest person I found on internet, to be honest. Sweet. Yeah, yeah. So people who are watching, please feel free to ask any questions. I'm on my last question, so आप comments में question कर सकते हो. So the last question I have is, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are like, I think during the pandemic there were a lot of people who started organizations, whether it's like non-registered organizations or some of them have registered also. So in your experience of working with the community, what are like the 2 3 things that you will say ki, these are the things you should keep in mind or from your learnings?
Um, the one of the myth I had honestly when I started this journey was that the people, the transgender people specifically, because we started working for them,
Hmm.
they are not very nicer to talk to. I have had this myth, like, क्योंकि ना
Hmm.
लोगों ने डरा दिया था कि अरे नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं
Hmm.
करना चाहिए, they'll do this, they'll do that. But honestly, they're the loveliest people, and they actually accept you open heartedly. So I've been to this organization in Noida, and I went there and there were like 5 7 people, trans people, and they were so nice to me. I felt
Hmm.
like a home, jabki I was meeting them for the first time. So
Right.
this is one thing. that I feel that जितने भी myths आपके हैं वो सारे सही नहीं हैं. There are some facts
Hmm.
as well. So you should just
Yeah.
go educate yourself and feel that acceptance and love from the community people. Another
Hmm.
learning that I had during this journey is that people many a times feel that you need to have a lot of money to do something good out there, to
Hmm.
have some kind of organizational kind of thing. But I
Hmm.
feel sometimes being kind is everything that you can do.
Yeah.
So the fact is, like you can educate yourself, you can be an ally, and you can make somebody's day. You can just
Yeah.
be kind to them and accept them as who they are, right? And
Hmm.
this is all enough. You don't need to spend even a single penny of yours on that.
Yeah.
Another thing that I have learned over this course of time is the people from the community doesn't need your sympathy, honestly. All they need is love, acceptance, and opportunities.
Yeah.
Because if you'll give them love, if you'll give them acceptance and opportunities, they're gonna make wonders. They don't need your money, they don't need anything from you. All they need is a lot of love and acceptance
Yeah.
from you. So these are the three kind of things that I have experienced, and I find all the community members very, very nice and very open hearted. So this is it. Yeah.
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 So,
So,
thank you for that. Yeah,
yeah.
there's a question. Yeah, please take it.
What are the top three things an ally should possess aside from being compassionate? Okay, so top three things if I talk about an ally, basically जिसे नहीं पता उसके लिए ally is somebody who is a kind of friend or who thinks good about the community members, about the LGBTQ people. So, but first thing that an ally should have is kindness within them, and they should be educated, know what and when to say. They should not judge. The other thing is that they should not judge. So basically, if you are in a lie and if any of your friend comes out to you, listen out to that person. Don't start giving your
Hmm.
judgments कि नहीं नहीं तुम्हें ना शायद गलत लग रहा होगा, तुमने मूवी देख ली है ऐसा देख लिया है. No, just listen out to that person, let that person open their heart out, and then say anything else. Another thing an ally should do is to make that safer space. I don't know how many people will understand it, but the fact is, sometimes you need to become that kavach for your friend when that person can't be one for their own selves. So, I have seen people being uncomfortable in their own selves, and I have seen people struggling with the same. So, I feel that if you are an ally, you can help that person to be comfortable. And
Yeah.
इसका simple से example है that even if you're in corporate spaces and you feel that somebody is not comfortable to do maybe lunch or to go to washroom alone because of any
Hmm.
of the reasons, you can be with that person for some time. You can
Yeah.
just give them some company. And third thing that I would say, girl, as an ally, what one should do is to create more allies. I mean, you
Yeah.
yourself is educated, educate others and create more allies all around the world. And I feel one day we all be sensitized. And this is actually a mantra of SOCH also, that we are sensitizing the globe and one doing one workshop at the time. So do such workshops. अगर आपके फ्रेंड नहीं भी जा रहे ना तो उन्हें जिद से पकड़ के लेके जाओ कि नहीं यार चल 1-2 घंटे की बात है तुम्हें तो नेटफ्लिक्स देख लेता ना तो okay just take them away with you and educate
Yeah.
themselves because honestly sharing this from my personal experience last month, like last in June month when we did a lot of workshops around this space, lot of people have shown so much of love to the workshop. They said, okay, we had no idea ऐसा भी होता है. Okay, ऐसा भी होता है. I personally have been asked this question on LinkedIn. There was this girl who pinged me saying, "Hi Shivangi, can I ask you something?" And I said yes. And she said, "Are you interested in girls?" And I was like, "No." But what did it make you think about this? And she said, "You're using she, her on your profile." Okay. I said, "Okay." And then I told her the entire concept of pronouns and wanted to make her come, like, I shared a lot of videos on this, write ups.
Right.
And then she said, "Naini, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I said, "It's okay. because I don't feel being judged. I don't feel uncomfortable in it. In fact, I was
Right.
happy that at least you asked this question to me, and I,
Yeah.
being a sensitized person, was being able
Yeah.
to give you something back so that you don't ask this question to somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
create more allies. पूरे पूरे
Yeah.
world में allies create करो.
I think Garv has one more question.
Yeah.
How do you defend the fact that allies and homophobic people both are needed in the world to maintain balance? Do you think this is a stupid statement or a logical one? Interesting.
I think we already have a lot of homophobic people out there because I mean, I don't know if this is the platform to say it or not, but the generation of our parents are homophobic. They're very much homophobic, and it's actually a hard time for them also because
Hmm.
like me being a person who have been holding these myths for 20-24 years, it was kind of little hard for me to accept all of these things and like and actually bring it on practice. So if we
Hmm.
expect this from our parents who have lived their life 60 years into some myths, it's quite hard to
Hmm.
break them. But I think we should not have homophobic people. So the statement is not stupid or logical, but the simple fact that I would say is that we should have more allies because, anyways,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, homophobic people are not doing any good to the world out there. So why should we have them?
Yeah, they're not even being good to themselves or their kids probably or anybody around them.
Yeah.
So सुधारना पड़ेगा उनको निकालना मतलब निकालना नहीं है सुधारना है उनको awareness sensitize them yeah yeah
Yeah.
but like to maintain balance तो नहीं है I mean we don't I don't like honestly I don't think we need a balance in that we need like you said more allies so वो we want to tip that balance increase the number of allies yeah
Yes.
thank you so much we'll wait probably for a couple of minutes if anybody else has any questions.
Okay, so Garv said
Yeah.
that
Huh.
many a times people address me as ma'am cause of my last name Archana. But nonetheless, I feel good with being called both ma'am and sir. That's nice, girl. But I feel during these conversations now, we should, if we are not comfortable with, like, we don't know somebody's gender or
Hmm.
sexuality out there, we should write MX or, dear
Huh.
concerned person or something like this. Because I don't know, people, in fact, जेंडर तो आप छोड़ ही दो पीपल हैव दी स्टीरियोटिपिकल थॉट कि अच्छा ठीक है कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कोई उसका फाउंडर है तो सर ही होगा so many a
हाँ
times I
हाँ
have received these mails saying, "Dear, this," or
हाँ
to the concerned person तो होता ही नहीं है. Maximum times it's sir,
हाँ
and I was like,
सर
how the hell do you know I am sir?
yeah man I when like for example I'm looking to buy something and I put like an ad somewhere people will reach out and they will say like they can say okay I am so and so from this organization नहीं hello sir बोलते हैं the moment they say hello sir I'm like I will not give you my business I will not give you my money go it's
Yeah, we also received this on
it's
Soch.
annoying
Soch के platform पे
yeah
भी many a times if we get any collaboration request or any kind of request,
hmm.
it many a times it's stated as hello sir, not to the concerned person. Hello sir.
Acha, Garv has one more question, quite an important one. How do teens come out to their parents?
Okay, this is very important. So, I feel before coming out to parents, like एकदम से धमाका बोल देने की जगह,
Hmm.
what is very important is to educate our parents step by step.
Hmm.
So, for
Hmm.
example, my mama here, and we were watching some movie, and she said, शरद केलकर को देख के अरे मैंने उनकी वो मूवी देखी थी लक्ष्मी वेयर ही वाज प्लेइंग द रोल ऑफ ट्रांस वुमेन एंड देन आई फेल्ट गुड that she
Hmm.
saw that movie and understood that okay this is something कि उसके साथ
Hmm.
क्या हुआ
Hmm.
था and that time she was very comfortable saying कि okay these the child's childhood was really scary so
Hmm.
वहां पे क्या होता है ना आपके पेरेंट्स उन चीजों को देखते हैं तो वो ज्यादा समझते हैं ऑल्सो द गुड पॉइंट इज कि now at least with God's grace, Bollywood is doing some justice. So they are bringing in characters, they are bringing in stories that could help us to educate our generations also. For example, we got this on Prime Video, I guess, Mazama of
Hmm.
Madhuri Dixit. So you can
Yeah.
start by giving these kind of movies. Just sit with them
Hmm.
and say, okay, we want to make you watch this movie, and try to understand their opinion on this. Ki what is their
Hmm.
opinion? Bring some kind of comfort to them. Bring some kind of discussions, dheere dheere, and then one fine day you can come out. It could be
Hmm.
it could be happy one. It could be disastrous one. But what you need to do is to be prepared. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have your documents ready, because I have honestly heard of a lot of stories where people come out to their parents and then
Yeah.
their parents started bashing it out. They started beating them or like scaring them out. या फिर घर से निकाल देना. बहुत सारी चीजें. So
Yeah.
you can have your documents ready on one place. You can have some of the money saved with your accounts. You
Hmm.
can have some of your concerned people in your connections know ki okay, I am this, and I may come out to my parents. And sometimes
Hmm.
if I am not receiving your call, please check up on me. Or
Hmm.
should have some क्विक चेकलिस्ट कि अच्छा ठीक है, मुझे बताने से पहले ये करना है, इन 10 लोगों को पिंग कर
Yeah.
देना है, ऐसा कर देना है, just for your own safer side. Otherwise the
Yeah.
fact is कि वो आपके पेरेंट्स हैं, they're not gonna kill you, but I don't know, anything could happen, so just be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, I would just want to add ki if like I like a lot of times I'll tell people ki financial and emotional independence is a priority. वो होने के बाद prefer coming out to your parents because you I mean again जैसे आपने बोला कि कुछ भी हो सकता है एब्सोल्युटली कुछ भी हो सकता है एंड exactly what you were saying ki the way to test that is to introduce these topics and see how they react अच्छा रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं then you know कि ठीक है there's some amount of positive chance है hope है but yeah if you really definitely want to come then do test waters कि कैसा उनका reaction हो सकता है and I think only you can decide that as their child as to how they will react. Nobody else outside can tell you, हाँ हाँ ठीक है, you come out. You have to take that call because only you will
Right.
know कि कितना risk ले सकते हो parents के साथ and like you were saying कि try and save up some money and figure out where you can run and stay if needed because like either they'll be thrown out or they'll be locked up. I've seen both cases. So I used to work in crisis situations and actually on As You Are's website, if anybody is looking for resources for crisis situations, As You Are website mein, there is a get help page where we have a list of contacts if needed in crisis situations. So I think we'll take one last question. Ektaraz asked, somebody asked the role of current government in formulating LGBTQIA plus inclusive policies.
So I feel on this that government is taking steps on this, which I feel is very appreciative. Yes, not everything is good on behalf of government. Not they are bringing coming out as true allies, but the good
Hmm.
part is that they're doing something. So it's like, I mean, I always believe in that something is better than nothing. So there was a time when everything was banned, there was no inclusion, nothing. Government was not even talking about the community. They were not even considering them in one,
Right,
right?
right.
So I feel that at least now they are coming out to be little supportive. They're coming out to
Hmm.
create policies around it. They're coming out to help people out there. But more than government, I feel it becomes the responsibility of we as an individuals to
Hmm.
bring it on reality. Because I mean, I don't know how many people will agree on this or not. I feel सारी चीजें गवर्नमेंट नहीं कर सकती, right? They can make policies, they can do
Yeah.
certain things, but then it becomes our responsibility also as an individuals that we do something for it. So many a times I have been, honestly, I have been asked कि यार शिवांगी, मैंने ना वो वहां पे वो डॉगी देखा था and it was really very injured. I think you should do something for it. And then at that point of time, I felt like कि yes, I want to do for it, but I can't do everything, right? I can't address all the issues that our world is having. So if you feel that there is certain issue, then you should address it.
हाँ
Don't
मतलब
open an
see,
organization, but address at least somebody's issue. So if
yeah.
you have any of your trans friend or any of the LGBTQ friend, then you should be supportive towards them. First thing. Otherwise, generally
See,
हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग बैग बिचिंग की शुरू कर देते हैं. तो गवर्नमेंट तो बहुत ही बाद में आती है. So I feel yes, government is doing certain things, not everything, but yes, they are doing certain things which I feel is appreciative.
हाँ मतलब I've seen a lot of brilliant policies come out from Tamil Nadu government as such, whether it's making the language inclusive or the current government also said bus travel for women, and when they said women and then somebody had asked clarification, they said huh, when we say women it's free for trans women also, and I think that rule applies for Delhi bus system also, that it's free. I know it's free for women, but I think it's free for trans women also. I need to check on it. But yeah, central government as such, like personally, I was very annoyed when they were making a big scene of the gay marriage screening ke liye, live streaming ke liye. It was like that rank, but uh, yeah, I think it's not unfair to expect, and I don't think everybody is expecting everything, but yeah, policies thoda streamline karna will be a good thing. But yeah, I personally think government can do a lot more, especially when it comes to trans people and giving them opportunities,
See, they're
reservation and stuff.
themselves
But yeah,
homophobic now. They're themselves
हाँ तो वही
homophobic.
ना,
So
they're not allies
the people who
on
are
any
in
level.
government, the people who are in government, are they educated about this issue? Are they like, do they
Sensitization.
know about pronouns? I mean, I have been in conversation with people who are the VPs of their own companies. I feel if they don't know about the importance of pronouns, I
Yeah,
can't expect honestly from anyone else, because I consider them as the very educated people out there. So this is why I feel that it is going to take some time, because
yeah,
the
yeah,
people who are handling the government are of certain ages, right? And they have
yeah,
never been taught about all of this. They're not so open minded like you or me. So it is going to
yeah,
take some time for them to
yeah,
first educate themselves about it, second is
yeah,
to accept it, and third is to implement it. So it
yeah,
is going
yeah.
to be a slow process. I mean, this is
Yeah.
how I feel.
So this exact thing, right? I'll just give one example and then we can wrap up. Madras High Court mein, the judge who was looking at a case where two queer women were being tortured by their family basically. So he said, okay, I don't know anything about this community, I'm going to educate myself. So he actually sat down with I think she's a counseling psychologist, so he sat down for sessions and he took both the parents, both the like the petitioners parents also, unko bhi counseling mein bithaya, and then he gave a judgment. So I think somewhere it's like they should have the intent कि okay सही करना चाहिए, सही कैसे करेंगे. So when you learn what the issues are, and then like I think as a government there are specific departments that take care of it. At least if they're educated, I think it will be a better scene. Not like the whole government should be educated. At least those departments which work on that, I feel उनको awareness है तो थोड़ा थोड़ा policies, better policies will come out. So yeah, that's the point I wanted to add. So
And which I
yeah,
feel is really appreciating. I mean, the judge took this step to educate themselves rather than coming on to any conclusion. So this is what is going to happen.
yeah,
People who are from these like ministries, they are going to take some time to change
hmm.
the entire mindset they have been holding for years and years about
Yeah,
the this particular thing. So it's going to be a slow process. We need to be a little patient,
yeah,
actually.
yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time and some very important points. I hope a lot of people are like motivated now to get out there and like help people. And like you said, you just need to be kind and compassionate. You don't need to like right away go start an organization. If you'd like to do that, that's brilliant. That's wonderful as well. More
Or
the
you can
merrier.
volunteer with organizations like us, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Start volunteering
I
and then maybe.
honestly, I appreciate it very much. We have a team of more than 20-25 people,
Hmm.
and on this live, at least, I'm coming out and saying my deep down thank you to all of them. Like they do really work hard. They do all of this when they could party out there, when they could spend some time, watch Netflix or do some chilling things. But what they're doing right now is to do something which could help people, like our coming generations, to live in a better world. So you
That's
can,
right.
if you want to do anything good and you feel you're not sure about it, you can join organizations who do that and
Yeah.
can volunteer your time, your efforts in it, and can make a better space.
Thank you so much for that. And
Thank
anything else
you.
you want to add at the end?
At the end, all I would say is that one thing that can surpass any other thing is your kindness. We, anyways, are having a lot of people out there who are trying their hard to make this world as bad as they could. But please come out and do something so that you can leave this place as a better environment, better people, better opportunities for the coming generations, and leave this world as a better place you found in. I mean, as simple as that. So do anything and everything that you can do, and rather than cribbing, just come out of your comfort zone and do it.
Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for your time. That's we'll wrap
Thank you
up
so
here.
much, Lucy. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Take
Thank you,
care.
Tulipan, also who joined in.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for logging in.
Bye bye.